It's about to get very dangerous for the bears. I repeat, this is not a drill. This is not a joke. On XRP's charts, I'm seeing some crazy bullish indicators flashing to buy on the higher time frames, the daily 2, 3, 4, and it goes all the way up, guys, right? And then there's a domino effect that just keeps pushing it higher, and I guess XRP will not stop pumping until the momentum slows down, and I don't think it will, because now the energy is starting to build up even larger. Why? Because Justin Ripple first spot XRP first XRP ETF faces delay. Rex Osprey launch pushed to September 18th. Now, I don't know if this is 100% the case, though. If this is, that means, yeah, it did get pushed back. So September 18th, let me see when that is. That is, oh wow, that's literally a day after the Fed meeting, guys, when they decide to cut rates. So I guess they're going to time it spectacularly here, right? And then push prices even higher. So the emotions are building up for these products to be launched, guys. And yeah, it's going to get very exciting, I believe. So myself, this isn't financial advice. We may honestly, I'm not even kidding, XRP could hit a new all-time high by next week. I'm not even joking. I'm not kidding. There is a chance, just because of all the bullishness, but we'll see. Now, this is actually extremely bullish, even though I know like I've bashed on Tether a lot of times, but let me explain. This is what you call the Great Pivot, TGP, the Great Pivot. Why? Justin from Watch Guru, Tether to launch US-based stablecoin, which is called USAT. Dun dun dun. Can I get a drum roll, please? Exactly. Who called it first, though? No one else did except we did. Please like today's video. Thank you. I really much appreciate it, guys. So, Tether, your time has finally come. And basically, what this means is that, hey, Tether is trying to pivot away. Okay. Now, Tether has its own what? USDT, right, for the entire world. And we know USDT isn't audited. It never gets audited, guys. They can, but they choose not to audit USDT, okay? Because the reserves are probably not there, and it's printed out of thin air. So what they have done is that to target America's market, right, for stablecoins, Tether will introduce a brand new stablecoin for only Americans, United States. Why not Tether, though? Why not USDT? Exactly, because it's shady. Right now, I am bullish on this because this will be backed by actual legit assets. Okay, you guys understand this, right? Tether unveils USAT stablecoin to boost US market presence. And remember, stablecoins is another mechanism. It's one of the craziest mechanisms, I think, to pumping cryptos even harder. Okay, because they just flood the money in, guys, cryptos, which buys up the debt of America's debts as well. So September 12th, Reuters, crypto company Tether, the creator of the world's largest stablecoin, plans to launch a US-based stablecoin designed for US residents called USAT. The company's CEO Paolo said on Friday. What do we say, guys? Right? It seems like they're trying to run away from USAT, but not necessarily. USDT will still keep going on as it plans to, but it's just now more regulated with USAT. Okay, which I actually do trust this because let me explain. So, the move is the largest sign of Tether, which is based in El Salvador, looking to bolster its presence in the United States, where crypto companies have benefited from United States President Donald Trump's pro-crypto stance. Coming down here, quote, I think it's a very exciting moment because we were under severe pressure from competitors that want to create a monopolistic environment in the United States. We believe that Tether is the best product in the markets. I don't believe so. Now this stablecoin, yes, because it's going to be backed. Okay. Now Tether's dollar-pegged cryptocurrency known as USDT has a market cap of more than $169 billion. Okay, $169 billion. All that money that was printed, okay, from Tether, was it legit is the question. I do believe a portion, yes, but probably the other portion not. Okay, and when USDT does collapse, until the day I told you guys, until the day I see USDT being audited, I'm not going to trust it. It's just clear. Just do it. It doesn't even take that long. You understand this, right? They just have to show their reserves. It literally takes 2 seconds. Until I see that, then until I see the day that Tether shows the reserves of USDT or the backing of USDT, guys, I won't trust it, right? Which if USDT does collapse, that means USAT, right, Tether's stablecoin for Americans, will probably have an impact, but not as large, right? Because it's going to be backed, guys. But you guys understand what's going on, though. Now, Trump in July signed a law dubbed the Genius Act to create a regulatory regime for stablecoins, a huge win for crypto supporters who had long lobbied for such a regulatory framework in a bid to gain greater legitimacy. You guys see what we're talking about? They can't operate. USDT cannot operate in America due to the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, these other acts that are being passed. USDT cannot. It's not approved. That's why, therefore, they brought USAT. That's so shady of them. So while the rest of the world will hold the bag of collapsing of USDT, Americans will be safe, right? With this stablecoin, if they do choose to hold it. The new law requires stablecoins to be backed by liquid assets. So you're telling me, oh, Tether didn't pass it? Odd, very odd. Such as US dollars and short-term treasury bills, exactly, right? This is why stablecoins are very it's the craziest mechanism to pump cryptos. I found this later on. We should have known about this a long time ago. That's why Ripple came out with their own RLUC. That's why probably a Fed behind the scenes told all these different companies to bring upon their own stablecoins, because to buy the debt of America, guys, right? And which pushes prices even higher for cryptocurrency. So it's a win-win. You guys understand this? And for issuers to disclose publicly the composition of their reserves monthly. You guys see? So Tether was like, we can't do that with USDT, so what should we do? Please hurry. Let's think of a plan. We need to capture the Americans. Bring upon USAT. USDT still plans to comply with the Genius Act and remain a foreign stablecoin issuer. So how will they do that? Who knows? We want people to know that Tether is here to participate in the United States economy in a huge way. So why won't you just bring upon USDT, right? Go with the rules and laws, and it's going to be clear as day. Why not? Said Hines, who was appointed as a strategic advisor to Tether in August after he departed his position as executive director of the President's Council of Advisors on Digital Assets. Talking about Hines here, Cantor Fitzgerald will manage Tether reserves for their new U.S. stablecoin USAT. Howard Lutnick stepped down from Cantor to fill in the role of Secretary of Commerce. Now his two sons run the company. Bill Hines left his government digital asset role and went to Tether to become the CEO of USAT. Right? So it goes deep, guys. They want USAT to succeed here, right? And I'm bullish on it too. That's so crazy, and it's attached to Tether, huh? XRP is bullish on a Tether product. That's ridiculous to even hear. What? Because it's called the Great Pivot from Tether. They could choose to bring upon USDT. They just and comply with the laws and rules and all this sort of stuff, regulations. They choose not to. You guys see? So they're pivoting crazy here, and people don't find it shady at all. Well, we'll see. I think our expansion will be exorbitant over the course of the next 12 to 24 months, Hines said. And yeah, this is amazing though, because it just means another way to pump cryptos, guys, to go higher, right? So much bullish news though. Justin, South Korea to recognize Bitcoin and crypto firms as venture companies with tax breaks. Look at that. So South Korea, anyone who's doing something with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in South Korea, guys, right? They're going to be having tax breaks, right? It's better for those companies and people who are dabbling into cryptocurrencies, guys, right? So it's an incentive to build upon blockchain technology in South Korea. So that's a green check mark, another bullish event, right? We just need zero taxes. Like, why does the world even have taxes in the first place, right? Did anybody like think about it or no? Like, why is that even a thing? It should be zero. because of the debt. They print anyway. What? So, guys, the world we live in is literally upside down. Like, it's honestly crazy. Yeah. Justin, BlackRock to tokenize funds with real-world assets and stocks on blockchains. On the blockchain. Now, not to mention, there's so much money that disappeared as well, right? And people don't like question it, so I don't know what's going on there. But BlackRock tokenizes funds with real-world assets on blockchains, right? That's what we talked about. BlackRock plans to begin tokenizing funds with real-world assets and stocks on the blockchain. The New York-based firm is working on tokenizing funds tied to real-world assets, such as stocks, subject to regulatory considerations. Not to mention, Aladdin will play a part of it as well. Okay, guys? If BlackRock plans to go through, it means its ETFs will trade only during limited hours on weekdays. Will be available for 24/7 trading across the globe. Come on, guys. Everything's being modernized. Right, everything's literally being modernized. Crypto exchange Coinbase has already announced its plans to launch tokenized stocks and prediction markets for users and indices in the coming months. Right, the XRP ledger will play a huge role, in my opinion, in all this. It's just my thing here. Now, Justin, Bitcoin and crypto exchange Gemini goes public on the Nasdaq. That's why we have pumped. Right, look at all this, guys. So this is crypto exchange Gemini, right? Gemini, didn't they bring upon an XRP card as well? They just went public on the Nasdaq, guys. Extremely bullish for the entire markets, right? Traditional finance meaning decentralized finance, and it was always the game plan, guys. I'm gonna stop right there, but everything's literally pointing to bullishness. I'm not even kidding. Prepare for crazy times, not financial advice. What do we say? So, face, see ya.